Do you, Austin Freeman, see yourself allowing AI to replicate you and use you in films without you ever having to be on set?
Hell no.
Now, while many of you are probably excited about the rise of AI, some of you may also be more and more worried that your jobs will be replaced by AI.
Down here in Atlanta, it feels different than any other corner of the world. In the heart of the South, where the rhythms of hip-hop and the pulse of culture intertwine, a new narrative is unfolding. We're in Georgia, a state not just steeped in history, but also on the cusp of a tech revolution that reaches far beyond Silicon Valley. Atlanta moves the culture, and the culture is embarking on a new journey through uncharted territories.
Is there any way in which Atlanta is holding up progression in AI?
Atlanta itself isn't intentionally holding up the progression of AI. There are a lot of incredible institutions like Emory and Georgia Tech and GSU and Kennesaw State that are all working really hard to create incredible documentation and research about AI. But where we are falling behind is taking action.
Taking action, or better yet, progression, is something that the South has no doubt struggled with in the past.
When the federal government built the interstate highway system 50 plus years ago, some of those highways cut right through predominantly black communities.
Our past has left visible scars and undeniable trauma that we will always acknowledge. But we are also responsible for redefining our future and writing a new coming-of-age story for our city and state. Now, in this new era of artificial intelligence, we in the South are playing the fast game, even if for the masses, our moves look minor. The world of AI is quickly expanding, with profound levels of complexity, influence, excitement, and fear.
Who is scared of killer robots? I am.
And then there's those who simply need to know, AI, what is it? In 1950, Alan Turing first asked the question, can machines think? Turing's question is one that we have traditionally rendered only possible in far and distant utopias. So much of what we know of a tech-enabled future has been controlled through the lens of Hollywood. 2001: Space Odyssey, iRobot, and Star Trek are all perfect examples. And even more recently with Marvel, think about Tony Stark's AI companion and right-hand man, or machine, Jarvis. But outside of Hollywood and in our very real lives, AI is closer to us than we realize. So to answer Turing's question, yes, they can think because we made them think. How do computers think in our world today? You've probably been exposed to conversations powered by AI. You can use a bot to help you write a romantic novel, to outline 5 steps for going viral on TikTok, or to write you a classic chicken wing recipe that might go toe-to-toe with Hattie B's here in Atlanta. While we've been introduced to AI,
I can almost hear some of you thinking, this is great and all, but it kind of looks too fantastic.
we're still defining its presence in our day-to-day lives. Do we have room for AI in our classrooms, hospitals, studios? Most of us have had at least one interaction with AI in some capacity. But here's how we in the South plan to take AI, make it ours, and lead the nation into the next era of education, economics, art, and entertainment. Over the years, Georgia has established itself as one of the leading states in manufacturing. Today, Georgia is outpacing the U.S. in 10-year GDP growth in the manufacturing of products. This includes machinery, electrical equipment, and fabricated metals. The industry pumps out $59.5 billion in output and employs over 300,000 workers in manufacturing jobs across the state. But it doesn't stop there. Like I said, we in the South are playing the fast game. If you drive around the city, you'll see folks hard at work. But it's what you don't see that may very well push Atlanta to be the leader in world manufacturing.
It's time to start building up, building back, and building better.
In 2022, Georgia received approval for a $65 million grant called Georgia AIM, the Georgia AI Manufacturing Grant from the U.S. Department of Commerce. The grant was earned by Georgia Tech Research Corporations, and with the grant, they're bound to disrupt the manufacturing industry responsibly, using AI to push Georgia to become the leader in economic development. They vow to open up think tanks accessible for marginalized communities with the focus on bringing in professionals from diverse backgrounds, ensuring that the money spent on new developments are designed to serve the traditionally underserved. Leaders of the Georgia AIM bill make it clear that today, jobs in AI manufacturing are accessible to professionals who lack a college degree. And we expect the other dominant industries in Georgia to follow in the manufacturing industry's footsteps, especially the industry of arts and entertainment.
The talking motion picture of today has brought to the screen new heights of creative expression.
Los Angeles, California, Hollywood to be exact, has for years been known to be the heart, soul, and life of our favorite cinematic entertainment. And as picturesque as the West Coast is, the cost of filming in Hollywood left a major dent in the budget allocation for a lot of studios, and of course, indie filmmakers.
And it would not have happened without the state's generous film tax credit.
In 2008, Georgia passed a bill that gave filmmakers who spent at least $500,000 on a production a maximum income tax credit of 30%. In no time, studios were sprouting all over the city. You may know the names: Trilith and Shadowbox Studios, and of course, Tyler Perry Studios, which opened in 2019, highlighting some of Hollywood's most prominent Black entertainers on the face of each soundstage. From 2011 to 2021, Georgia became the leader in jobs gained in motion picture and video industries. Just as fast as the industry grew in Georgia, so did the emergence of AI in filmmaking. In 2023, conversational AI and generative AI became an addiction for people across the world, though it allowed typically tedious tasks to be completed in half the time.
The answer is no. The girl you're looking for, she's in room 29.
It also became one of the primary alienators of professionals, especially in the creative industries.
I'm Austin Freeman, and I've been in the film industry for about 10 years now. I've been in shows like The Walking Dead, Watchmen, Loki, and most recently I was the on-camera actor for Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and the Holiday Special. There are a lot of people that are concerned that AI is going to replace people and replace jobs. Having strong protections in place so that people don't lose their livelihoods. I think that's going to be very important going forward with our unions and with our agreements with the producers who are funding the projects and making the projects.
The film industry saw a union strike that shut the industry down for over 3 months. The emergence of AI in the arts has created malice for some.
So the strike last year was about fair compensation for our work, protections like AI. People worried that it may eventually replace actors. The AI protections were not as strong as many members wanted, and so I think there was a lot of outcry and pushback from many of the membership on that.
But for filmmakers, photographers, and musicians, there are AI tools that are opening new doors. These tools are known as generative AI.
The 5th grade version of what is generative AI art is taking a large amount of image data and creating a model where you can create new images based on that original data.
The creative process is evolving as artists are using new generative AI tools to expand their visions. Artists are now leveraging tools that can generate almost any image one might desire. These tools are often perfect for visualizing and storyboarding visual concepts like shots and scenes for a film, documentary, or music video. There's a balance with these tools, however. Some artists have decided not to let AI tools replace their creativity, but to pair these tools with their skills in order to take their art to new heights.
My name is Jordan Patterson, but I go by the alias William Gold, and I am primarily a videographer and a visual storyteller, but I also do some work with AI on the visual side. For somebody who likes to create cinematic content, to not be able to bring a vision to life because you don't have the money, you don't have the resources in terms of the people or the locations or the knowledge of how to create the content you want to create, it's frustrating, right? I first got privy to AI in 2023. That's when I really started to understand what it could do. I fell in love with the idea of using AI for a music video when I started to think about what I haven't been able to do up to this point. As I got introduced to Midjourney and started to understand that I could create really cool visuals, I could design settings, I could create people or characters that otherwise I would have to go, spend a lot of money and a lot of time going to find. In that moment when I didn't have access to the resources to be able to get my vision across, this is what saved me. So I used tools to create the visuals that I wanted. As storytelling, I wanted to focus on seeing if I could replicate Wes Anderson's style with my own vision for a really cool narrative. When I learned that you could take an image from Midjourney and put it into DID and make the mouth move, it was over with.
The way you walk in that dress all red, you command in the room.
So I took the tools and I manifested the idea, but I used my own skills in video editing to be able to really bring it to life. Like, that's what I'm saying. You can have the AI all you want, but if you don't have the creative skills already, or if you're not using the AI tools to complement the creative skills or the professional skills you already have, that's when you start to lose the passion, the feeling, the humanistic touch. As of right now, there is not a lot of definition when it comes to what these tools can do, what these tools are allowed to do, who's allowed to direct these tools. Everybody's pretty much figuring this out on a day-to-day basis. When it comes to tools like Midjourney or ChatGPT or Runway that allow you to be able to still create, even if you don't have the in-the-field expertise, that means that there's a whole new realm that opens up for you to be able to make money. AI is on the trajectory to massively shake up the market, especially in the film industry with tools like OpenAI Sora. It's scary for a lot of people, but at the same time, this is what we've been talking about when it comes to allowing people to have the flexibility to be able to bring their visions to life without a budget. I think that people believe that AI is going to replace what we do. I want to see Atlanta become the leader, not only on the side of real film and cinema, but being able to use these tools and to be the first ones who come to the table and say, we can make AI music videos, we can make AI movies, but still focusing on using the people and using the tools to their advantage, not replacing them at all.
How creatives decide to leverage AI tools will quickly define the future of arts and entertainment across the globe. If you don't see it now, you will. Will you just stand there and observe? Will you take part in the conversation? The South is playing a critical role in defining the future of the world's largest industries by leveraging AI in ways that others have not. We won't let fear keep us from exploration. We'll be using AI to our advantage in creating a new generation of equal opportunity. Communities that will flourish, art that continues to inspire. And we in the South will hold a place in history for a story told through a lens that we choose.